they got another person that's proven that Nipsey Hussle got something to do with this Big U situation, man. It's like, he gonna get like 800 years at this point, boy. We just talked about this on the channel, man. We just talked about this, but let's get right into it, man. Let's see what Flocka got to say, man. This is crazy.
Really, really bad. So the bad news comes from an interview. More bad news for Big U, and this is really, really bad.
Oh.
So the bad news comes from an interview that was overlooked. It's an interview that was done on No Jumper with Adam and SKG. SKG is Big U's victim. We've rehashed her run-ins with Big U on this particular channel, so we're not going to rehash it again. Just know that SKG and Big U have had several run-ins, including one time where Big U brutally beat her in Nipsey Hussle's store. Damn. And she believed that Nipsey Hussle set that up. So she had...
Now, SKG is a former artist of Death Row. I mean, former artist of Big U, and they had like, they was doing like business together. And I think she also was the one, I don't know if that's the one that got the food truck in LA as well.
Has been outspoken about Big U in the past, but this interview, she revealed a whole lot that I never knew. SKG portrayed Big U as the devil himself in this interview. She gave more information regarding Nipsey Hussle's murder and the investigation currently going on. She talked about things ranging from extortion to hits out on people. The most shocking part about this interview was when she revealed an incident that took place a few months ago. So her and Big U had a run-in at a hotel that got captured. Now, she threw a water bottle at Big U. She got arrested. It's on camera. And she would say after the run-in, after she got out of jail, as recently as a few months ago, she would say that Big U put a hit out on her.
After I got out of jail, I got a call a couple of days later that Big U had put a hit out on me.
Oh, wow.
And so a few people called
hits
and
on
told me, but
females
one person
too?
that called me was Monique Slaughter. And we quit being friends because she was going around telling people that Big U had put a hit out on me.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
And that was like, wow, like you put a hit out on me because what? I took up for myself because I'm not going to let you punk me. Okay, that's fine. I'll handle that accordingly. So it's stuff like that, but I'm not scared of that man, Adam.
What? How
You need
different
to
do
be
you start
scared of
moving
him.
once you realize there might be a hit on you?
I'm moving the same because I'm not walking in fear. I can't. I did that for years dealing with this man. He bleed just like the rest of us. His team bleed just like the rest of us. I'm not letting nobody never again put fear in my heart.
Man, if this is true, Big U, the coldest black man in the history of black men.
He putting hits on females?
Think about it. Now, Big U is being alleged of committing a murder in 2021, but the feds weren't on him in 2021. So maybe he could think I could get away with it in 2021. But Big U found out the feds were investigating him in 2023. So the SKG incident took place in 2024. So to put a hit out on SKG while knowing the feds are investigating you, man, you the biggest bro. You the biggest homie.
Yeah, he is.
I don't
Super
think
homie.
I know a human being alive who is that bold if it's true. But if it's not true, why are you still involved in activities where you have people going around the city saying you have hits on people? This is cold, bruh.
Yeah,
and what's
crazy.
even colder is in that interaction, Big U won the interaction. SKG went to jail for throwing a water bottle at Big U. He won, right? He was avenged in the moment. So to still say you want to get back afterwards? Oh, no.
Yeah, that's a lot
you
going on.
You the biggest bro. I don't want no smoke. But nobody associated with that man. Just know Flocko is laying it down, bruh. Listen, I'll be the extortion victim, bruh. I don't want no smoke with anybody who can put a hit out on somebody.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Knowing the feds is watching.
Exactly.
You is a cold man. But here is the incident that essentially led to the hit being put out on SKG, allegedly, people.
Did you put your hands on me? Did you put your hands on me?
Never even seen you.
You fuck. You's a fuck.
I think you're bullying.
Put your hands on me? Niggas a fuck bully. Did you lock me in the spot?
I think you're bullying right now.
No, did you lock me in the spot?
I think you're. Can you call the police?
Yeah, call the police.
Oh.
So I can press
Yo, he ain't called the police on her, man. Come on, Big U.
You see that?
Yeah. Did you lock me in the car? We don't allow recording inside the hotel. You think you guys know?
Did you please tell her?
Did you try to blackball me?
I think you're mentally ill.
Bully? Did you? Did you? You bully?
Did you just throw something at me?
Did you?
Oh.
Did you see that?
Nigga, if I have my burger, I'll blow your ass back. You bully? Did you almost make me lose my baby? Did you put your hands on me? You fucking bully. This nigga's a bully.
Oh, that's crazy.
Wow, this nigga's a bully.
I ain't remember this.
You bully ass. Did you put your hands on me? This nigga's a woman beater. Big you didn't kill me.
just threw something at me.
This nigga's a woman beater.
The cops came and SKG went to jail that night. Now, Monique Slater isn't in the street. She's not a game banger. She's a reality TV star. So if she knew that information, then the streets knew that information. If the streets knew that information, then the feds knew that information.
That's a fact.
That's crazy. Now, another part of this interview that really bothered me, or at least showed me a lot, was when we think about Crenshaw and that neighborhood, we think of it as Nipsey territory, as Nipsey having a lot of pull. But if you watch the Black Sam and Big Boy interview, Black Sam spoke on how Nipsey brought DJ Khaled to the hood.
And they held it down.
People, thought he was talking about Big U, and some people were very upset, and they tried to kick DJ Khaled out the hood.
Yeah.
Or extort him to pay a fee to film a music video in the hood, and Nipsey Hussle and Black Sam came and shut it down.
They wasn't going for it.
Because, Khaled was their guest. So apparently a similar incident happened when Nipsey Hussle invited some people to his shop, right? He gave them the green light to come to his shop and shop. But when they came, they got robbed by, unknown people, wink, wink. And when they got robbed, they said, yo,
Wink,
Nipsey
wink.
Hussle invited me. And apparently they said, man, we ain't Nipsey. All right? If you come here, you got to check in with us, not Nipsey. And this sparked SKG to have a real conversation with Nipsey about his safety.
I seen Nip as a young boy when he first came in this game, and he really didn't even need Big U. He was Nip before anything. And so I was very hurt because I seen what he had become. And he didn't deserve that. But when me and Nip made up that day, I told him, something's going to happen to you if you don't move from over here. And he said, why would you say that to me? I said, because they don't respect you. I told Nip that. Other people felt that. The day me and Nip made up, a fight broke out. Nip allowed some different gang members to come into his shop because he showed love to everybody. And the gang members that went into his shop was from a different neighborhood. They ended up getting robbed. And so they were like, Nip said, we cool over here. We cool over here. And they were like, nah, we said you not.
Oh.
If you feel like that, you don't respect him. Because if he's an artist from over here and he said they were good,
Right.
why would you disrespect his establishment, him as an artist, him as somebody that's from over here? And I told him, I'm like, they don't respect you. Like something is going to happen.
A lot of people would discredit this as this is just SKG talking, but one, I've never heard SKG lie. Now, she's not, Jesus, but I've never heard her lie. Two, this is credible because it falls in line with everything we've been told and everything we've heard about the internal gang struggle between Nipsey Hussle and Big U, where Nipsey Hussle was becoming the international superstar. He was becoming Grammy nominated. He was becoming a face and a factor, and people was pretty much looking at him as like, the face of the Crips. Not just, his particular neighborhood and gang, but the face of the Crips. People was calling him Crip Jesus, right? So when you are becoming that mystical figure, however, you are still the understudy of somebody who has been here for 30, 40 years. Well, when you begin to surpass
They feel like you undermining them.
Tricky. Very fast. You feel me? Now, SKG would say that she believes that Big U had involvement in Nipsey Hussle's death. But she doesn't just stop there. She also gives some breaking information and breaking news that we will cover.
What's your perspective on what his involvement could have been with the Nipsey situation? What do you think about that?
He absolutely was involved in Nipsey's situation. And people, they don't want to say it. They're scared to say it. That's fine. I'll say it for you. He was involved with the Nipsey situation. And I want to let the detectives, because they're supposed to reopen Nipsey's case. That's what I was told.
Oh, wow.
SKG is one of Big U victims. She's been talking to investigators. She knows a lot about what's been going on behind the scenes. SKG is officially confirming what we've been hinting at for probably a week or two now, where, the investigators, the feds, the police, or whatever agency, they are opening or reopening the Nipsey Hussle murder investigation. It's supposed to be closed because Eric Holder got convicted in court and he got sentenced, and he's the only person who was ever charged. But apparently it's reopening. Now, I knew something was up when the feds came to Adam 22's house asking for the cease and desist that Big U sent No Jumper. Now, the cease and desist that Big U sent No Jumper was due to Luce Cannon coming on No Jumper and claiming that Big U gave him a call 30 minutes before Nipsey Hussle passed away.
Yeah.
Right? And in that call, he told Luce Cannon, according to Luce Cannon, that Nipsey Hussle had passed away. Now, but then when Luce Cannon called Nipsey was still alive. So apparently Luce Cannon is claiming that that Big U called because he already knew Nipsey Hussle was going to die that day. So for the feds to be reopening that investigation, they would have to have something that they believe would tie Big U to Nipsey Hussle's death. This is, to me, this is like the most breaking news, bruh. They're reopening the murder investigation? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it's going down.
I want to let them do their work. And I just feel like if they do their due diligence, they will find out exactly what they're looking for. But come on now. You think he wasn't? Nipsey died in 2019. And he allegedly did this to Rayshawn in 2021. He felt untouchable.
So when Luce Cannon puts up the version of the story where he got a call from Big U 30 minutes before it happened, do you see that and you tend to be like, yeah, I believe it. I believe it.
Yeah, I believe it. And I'm going to tell you why I believe it. Do you remember when Luce was on a show and then I think an attorney number posted a deceased for Luce with the video?
Okay.
I called the attorney and talked to the attorney myself. And the attorney, she told me that Big U just hired her for that cease and desist.
Okay.
So if there was never anything, why would you hire an attorney for that?
Maybe this explains why the feds may be very interested in this, because this will be a different ballgame. If Nipsey passed away in 2019 and Big U had an involvement in that, and then Rayshawn Williams passed away in 2021 and he had an involvement in that, maybe the feds is thinking, oh, wait, two bodies in like 2 years apart? Nah,
we got to take him down.
This can't be the only body.
Yeah.
These can't be the only two bodies. There has to be more, right? Like somebody just don't wake up one day and say, you know what, I'm done killing people. If you got 2 in 2 years, you probably got 4 in 4. Maybe this explains why the feds may be involved. But again, no, Big U right now is innocent until proven guilty. He's innocent until proven guilty. So until there's proof that he did this to Nipsey or he did this to Rayshawn Williams,
stipulations.
But to have this much chaos and violence around your name is almost insane. Now, Adam would say that he got sent a video where, and he would say in this video, it shows Big U and Eric Holder together. And SKG would say that Eric Holder and Big U, Eric Holder is Nipsey Hussle's killer, is actually closer than Big U let on.
And even just in the last day, I've had a few people like sending me videos of fights that it seemed like in the video it was Big U and Eric Holder involved in these videos. Like they may have been closer than certain people have led us to believe.
Absolutely. Big U is a habitual liar. If you haven't noticed that, if you just go back and look at his videos and look at different things, he's a habitual liar, a compulsive liar. Even with me in his situation, he lied and said he didn't know me. And then after that, he started posting pictures of us on his Instagram and tried to give them a version of a story that wasn't even true. He's a habitual liar.
Damn.
This is horrible. And I feel like it's worse for Big U because Big U essentially, he lived a long life in his gang stuff. Most gangbangers don't live to see 60. So the fact that he lived to see 60, he has acquired a lot of enemies. And when you acquire a lot of enemies, essentially what you have is
A lot of people want to take
breadcrumbs
you
of
out.
people who are committed and dedicated to making sure that you get taken down.
Exactly.
So I'm not saying SKG is unfairly trying to take down Big U, because SKG in her own right has spoken on traumatic things that, you know, that she dealt with at the hands of Big U. I've seen another interview with whatever his name, Dale from the lawsuit. He's victim one. He's the dude who apparently was been extorted and eventually flipped over and turned over to the feds to go against Big U. He's doing interviews where he's speaking about, you know, how effed up his situation was and how much he got put through. So when you do enough wrongs for so long, bro, and you have
catch up.
nothing but people trying to go against you and take you down,
It's crazy.
it's almost an unfair fight, because you have to fight the feds in court. And then you also have to worry about the battle of public perception. So even if you do beat this Rico, you come home and now everybody thinks that you are this garbage human being and don't want to do anything with you. Because while you were fighting the feds for, let's say, 2-3 years, you have a lot of your enemies, a lot of people who is testifying that you did wrong to them. They're out here really going, like really letting people know, hey, bro, this man ain't a good guy. So essentially, right, it's a lose-lose, bro. Even if Big U beats the Fed case, bro, he comes out, it's going to be really tough to maneuver around.
See, the problem with this whole Fed case is it puts everything out to the forefront. When you have everything on the forefront and you got people personal conversations and you have what people been talking about and, you know, things that the feds knew, you know, they know about certain things was going to happen before it actually went down. You know, there's certain situations that they could have probably prevented because they knew it was going to go down. But right now, it's like I think they're letting people hang themselves. It's like they know, they don't care, add it up, keep going. They let it go this long until people were not scared. And now that you got like a female like her who's not scared to speak, she ultimately is dangerous to the situation. All right. Y'all let me know y'all view in the comments, man. This is kind of crazy. Make sure y'all subscribe at the top bell, and I'll see you on the next one. I'm out of here.